Welcome back to Eric Unfiltered. I am your host, Eric Dickinson, and thank you to my new followers and my new viewers. And if you would like to be a follower of mine, of course, hit the little follow button there and the notification. But if you would like to follow me on the socials, I am on X. You can follow me there at Eric Not Sorry. That's Eric with a K. And you can also follow me on Facebook at Eric Unfiltered Podcast. Does everybody still have all of their digits after celebrating the 4th of July this weekend? I hope you do, but odds are there is somebody out there that, can't quite count to 10 easily anymore. So hopefully you still have all of your digits. And if you are interested, stick around until the end because I have a question. Something happened, and I'm going to tell a little story. But the question is ultimately, am I an asshole? Yes, I have an am I the asshole situation question. So stick around for the end, or you could fast forward. But why do that? So my first story up here is locally. I think actually both of my stories today. I have two stories. Are both here in Connecticut. The first one is strong storms tear through Connecticut. There's a lot of T's in there. Mother Nature brought her own fireworks to Connecticut on July 4th, especially in the northwest corner of the state. I know Torrington, Plainville, parts of Bristol, and Harwinton got absolutely boat raced. There was somebody, I made a comment, and I want to give a quick shout out to Michael. He shared a photo he took on Sunday morning out in Torrington. And there was a tree that was just right across the road. He was like, yep, got to turn around because of this. And there's a lot of this going on up in the Torrington area. And the tree was not uprooted either. No, it just like snapped about a few feet up off the ground. So they're going to have to obviously get somebody out there and chop that root up. The stump. Damn, dude. Where I'm at, we got thunderstorms, thunder, lightning, some wind, heavy rain, but nothing like what the northwestern corner of Connecticut got. Oh, man. So let's see here. Severe thunderstorms moved through Connecticut on the evening and night of Saturday, July 4th. Primary hazard included strong winds, reports of 65 mile an hour gusts and higher. Golf ball sized hail, 1 to 2 inches in diameter in multiple areas. I had no idea about that. I heard reports of hail 1 to 2 inches in diameter. That'll total your car, dude, if you get enough of it. Heavy rainfall, frequent lightning, and widespread tree and power line damage. Yeah, there's still a lot of people out of power. Damn, that sucks. Luckily, we are not in a heat wave like last week. Last week was brutal. So luckily, we really don't need the ACs on. But if I had no power for a while, bro, I can't sleep. I need power to sleep. Like, legitimately, for a medical reason, I need the power in order to sleep. A notable supercell thunderstorm affected the Torrington area and received a considerable damage tag from the National Weather Service. No confirmed tornadoes in verified reports, however. Impacts are attributed to straight-line winds and at least one possible microburst. What is a microburst? I've heard this term before. I have no idea what it means, so I looked it up. A microburst is a small, intense, localized column of sinking air, a strong downdraft, that descends rapidly from a thunderstorm or sometimes a rain shower, in this case thunderstorms, and spreads outwards upon hitting the ground, producing damaging straight-line winds. Key characteristics, they are typically small, which is, less than 2.5 miles in diameter, and which is much smaller and more concentrated than a macroburst. Awesome. The duration usually lasts 5 to 15 minutes. Wind speeds can exceed 100 miles an hour in extreme cases, In appearance, they often looks like a sudden burst of wind and rain, or just wind in dry cases, radiating outwards from a central point similar to water splashing from a dropped object. What is a macro burst? Don't you freaking hate that? Like, you're looking something up and then they use another word that you're like, I don't know. Okay, page. Where is the F's? Or when you're looking up a word, here's the other thing that really drives me nuts. You're looking up a word and they have the word in the definition. It's like, Webster, really, bro? Short bitch. Anyways, a macro burst is essentially a microburst, just bigger. Yeah, literally. Like the diameter size can be extend larger than 2.5 miles. It typically lasts 5 to 20 or more than 20 minutes. And let's see here. The wind speeds on a macro burst can exceed 100 to 130 plus miles per hour. So they don't think that was one of those. They think this was a microburst. And again, a tornado spins. So that's the differences there. Now, here are some of the reported damages I found. Tens of thousands of customers lost power, primarily served by everybody's favorite Eversource and United Illuminating. Peak outages exceeded 900. Ooh, we've been there. 90 to 100,000 customers in the hours immediately after the storm. By late Sunday, July 5th, approximately 40,000 customers still remained without power. That is actually surprising. They usually get back online faster than that. However, there is a lot of crap down. I saw a video of trees came down and it brought down the power lines, but it wasn't just the lines. It was like a bunch of poles in a line. I'm like, oh, dude. So now you got to get rid of all the trees and the debris, get rid of the power lines, get rid of the poles, put up new poles, and put up. Oh, dude. Let's see here. The hardest hit towns by percentage included Harwinton, around 82% of the customers, Salisbury, over 90% in some reports, and New Fairfield, Bristol, and Torrington. Restoration ongoing into Monday, July 6th. Utility officials noted the storm caused more damage than forecasted. Yeah, it did. With repairs potentially taking several days in severely affected areas. Road closures. Over 100 roads were blocked at peak due to downed trees and wires. Multiple state routes closed in towns including Canaan, Kent, New Fairfield, Sharon, Seymour, and others. Yeah, that was bad, dude. I stayed home. And again, it wasn't bad where I was. And then I saw the aftermath. I was like, dude. Speaking of which, hey, cuz, Matt, where's the pictures? You're up in that corner. Where are you? Send me some photos. Got any video? All right. Drivers were advised to just basically, just chill at home. Let's see specific damage by location. Torrington, significant impact from the supercell. A supercell. It's not Black Friday, and there's no super sales here. A large tree fell on a road and damaged a roof on the north end firehouse. Oh, dude. Multiple trees downed across properties, including 3 on one home on Domain Avenue during a gathering of over 20 people. Hey, come on over. We're having some fun. We're having some fireworks. Yay, July 4th. What the hell was that? Bro, you had multiple trees. Dude, 3 on the house? Widespread tree and power line damage. Local state of emergency declared by the mayor. Bristol among the hardest hit areas. Possible microbursts in the upper Burlington Avenue, Jerome Avenue vicinity caused concentrated tree damage and structural impacts. A tree crashed through the roof of a longtime resident's home. Oh, man. Let's see, what else do we have here? Let's see here. Damaging the ceiling in bedrooms and a bathroom. Dude, golf ball-sized hail reported. So if you're in the Bristol area, did you have golf ball-sized hail? Did you? Leave a comment. Harmonton, numerous downed trees, including one that landed on a vehicle. I saw a picture of that. Like the car was tilted up. High percentage of power outages. Northwest Connecticut, extensive day. So you get the point. One report I did hear on the news this morning was some unlucky son of a bitch. One tree, only one tree, damaged all 4 cars in the driveway. That's right. All 4. Damn. That's a painful phone call to make to the insurance company. Well, your soon-to-be former insurance company. Dude, that sucks. Let's see. Cleanup is reported to take days, if not weeks. Power should hopefully be restored by midweek. So, dude, I knew we were going to get thunderstorms because that's the end of our heat wave. We knew the storms were going to come in. Sunday wasn't going to be too bad. And then we were going to get, rain and cooler temps this week. I didn't realize we were going to get smashed that hard. And then I know on that evening, because for my 4th of July, I chilled out at home because I wasn't feeling good. That kind of sucked. Had a stomach thing. I was invited out. I do have friends, believe it or not. Okay, I had one friend invite me out. That's the only one that reached out of all of the friends. I swear I have a lot of friends. One of them reached out, but like I said, I wasn't feeling well. I hung out at home. But, yeah, I saw the radar on my phone and went, oh, okay, that's moving south of me. All right, that's cool. Heard it. Like I said, it wasn't too bad where I'm at, but damn. How's your cleanup? So if you live up in that area, how much damage did you get? Did you get just some branches? Did your neighbor get walloped? I mean, let me know. I want to know. Follow me. Go to Facebook. Follow me on Facebook. I already told you. I'll have the links in the description. Show me your photos. I want to see them. Or if you got video, it'd be totally cool. Okay, next story up. I heard this. This was last week, and then very quickly went away. But Connecticut Dems defend criminal illegal alien. Oh, you don't say. Yeah, there was a big to-do last week on, let's see. So on June 20th, 2026, ICE agents detained... Okay, I am apologizing for the murder I am about to commit. I am not doing this on purpose, I assure you, but ICE agents detained Sayad Setsuyan. Okay, I'm sorry. This guy. Oh, I'm just going to go with Sayad. Okay, that's his first name. I think I'm saying that right. So they detained Sayad in the parking lot of a Dunkin' Donuts on Park Road in West Hartford near his restaurant in front of his 2 sons. Reports described unmarked vehicles and agents with guns drawn, which is standard operating procedure. He was handcuffed and taken to Wyatt Detention Center in Central Falls, Rhode Island. Now, okay, why? Democratic lawmakers, including United States Rep. John Larson, United States Senator Richard Blumenthal, along with Reps. Jim Himes and Rosa DeLauro, quickly organized a press conference because why would you let a good story go to waste on June 29th outside of West Hartford Town Hall? They demanded answers and his immediate release. They sent letters to ICE urging it while his immigration case was pending, and highlighted him as a longtime West Hartford resident. Since 1997, he is also a business owner. He owns the Portobello restaurant and reportedly owns a dry cleaning business. I know specifically he owns the restaurant. And a family man with U.S.-born and raised sons. Community members rallied and protested in support of him. Okay, I have one question before I go any further. All of these people demanded answers. That tells me they don't know why this individual was detained by ICE. Well, I'm in the same boat as them. Up to this point in my reading, unless you are more astute than me, perhaps you already know about the story, I have nobody knows right now why did they take him. So they're demanding answers. Okay, fair enough. We know immigration is a whole hot topic, and I say deport them all, but that's me. I'm an asshole. We'll get to that later. So if you don't know the answers, then you don't know why they have him. Why would you then demand for his immediate release? I'm just curious. If they detained him because come to find out, he's been molesting kids, or, he's got a tunnel with a chamber where he hides bodies. I mean, obviously I'm being goofy. You don't know because you don't have the answers. That's why you're demanding answers. Okay, good. Ask the questions. But release him. He's a cannibal. Oh, we do that in Connecticut. Oh, I'm sorry. I kind of walked into that joke. I did not even plan that one. Yeah, we do release cannibals here in Connecticut. Not joking. Real story. Look it up. I might even cover that. But okay, so that's okay. Richard Blumenthal stated there was, quote, no reason for arresting him at gunpoint and then detaining him, end quote. Dick. There are standard operating procedures, and if you haven't noticed lately, some ICE agents have had violent encounters. New Jersey, if you missed it. Plus, again, I'm sure standard operating procedure is, they go in with a gun drawn because they're picking up criminals. That's okay. So, shut up, Dick. He described it as cruel and unconscionable, okay? He noted that this guy was seeking permanent legal status, was not a flight risk or danger, and had left and returned with permission from immigration officials. Larson and others framed the detention as targeting a valued community member. I've never heard of him, but okay. All right, let's see, how was I saying his name? Sayad. Let's see, Sayad was released from ICE custody after about 12 days, so around July 2nd and 3rd, and he returned home. Now, the one in Connecticut. Blumenthal and Larson publicly welcomed the release. Oh, fantastic. Okay. This is where things get interesting. In two different angles, at least for me. The United States Department of Homeland Security, DHS, provided this statement to multiple outlets. Now, this is what they wrote. On June 20th, ICE arrested Sayad, I'm not going to butcher his last name, a criminal illegal alien from Montenegro with a previous DUI conviction. Oh. He illegally entered the United States on March 21st, 1997, presenting a fraudulent passport of a Dutch national. Oh. Interesting. On September 25th, 1997, a Justice Department immigration judge issued him a final order of removal. On July 30th, 2024, he departed the United States for Serbia, only to return about 2 weeks later on August 16th. He was promptly released back into the United States under the Biden administration, despite having a final order of removal over 25 years old. He has made a mockery of our immigration laws on several occasions for more than 2 decades. DHS is working rapidly and overtime to remove aliens like this from our streets and to their final destination, home. End quote. So that's what DHS said. Now, this is where one thing I found interesting. Now, it's no secret I use Grok AI to search for a lot of stuff. I check for verified data. I have it sourced and all that stuff. But again, it's an AI. I searched several different ways, asked different ways, had it think harder. I can't find anything on a DUI for this man. Nothing. Not International, not national, not Connecticut, not nothing. No DUI. Not a report. Now, does that mean it didn't happen? No, of course not. It just isn't public record for some reason, because usually those are public record as far as I know. Not unless there's some kind of special circumstance. Like the fact that he's been in the country illegally since 1997 under a different person's passport. That's the other thing I thought interesting. So, okay, let's say for some reason, again, speculation. Let's just play a game here. Let's say the DUI is BS. It never happened. Okay, so he is totally on the up and up. Never ever. He's got a perfectly clean driving record. Not even a parking ticket. Immaculate. Beautiful. Okay, great. Here is the other question, though. He entered the country on a passport of somebody else. So he stole somebody else's identity. So John, Dick, and the rest of you, he's not perfect. He's not an innocent, great, wonderful community man. He stole somebody's identity to get into our country. Now, I don't exactly fault him for trying to get the hell away from where he lived. I believe it was in Yugoslavia. If you've never heard of it, it's because it doesn't exist anymore. Because, well, it was they had a really bad time. There was a lot of bad times over there. So I don't blame him for wanting to get the hell away. But the dude stole somebody's identity? At least once? Bro. Not that good of a dude. Also, this is the other question that popped up into my head. If he's working now, finally, I don't know how many years it's taken, but he's working on getting his status legal. Okay, fair enough. I give the guy credit. As far as I know, he is a community leader, owns a good business, I assume, right? Still, stole somebody's passport, dude. Bruh, no, not cool. Like, that's super bad and not cool and funny like the movie. No, this is like serious-ish, dude. But yeah, let's come to his aid because we don't like the president or something stupid. The guy stole somebody's identity, and you're like, oh, he's a great guy. Really? Okay. Right. And if there is information out there that does come out with evidence that he does, in fact, have a DUI conviction, oh, yeah, that's a great person to come to the stand on the soapbox for. Awesome. Remember, folks, drive sober or get pulled over. I don't know who came up with that slogan, but stupid. But yeah. Yeah, here's the other question. How did he get a permit to own a business if he's here illegally? Oh, wait. Fucking idiot. That's right. I live in the not a sanctuary state of Connecticut. That's right. So interesting. I love how people, not just politicians, not just Democrats, it's just all people. This happened during the Jussie Smollett debacle. People just jump to the defensive, knee-jerk reaction instead of going, wait, really? Prove it. I mean, you see it with stuff on social media. People like, oh my God, outrage headline. They share it, right? And then it's like, dude, that never happened. You're a dumbass. You do realize it's April 1st, right? You moron, right? But we're all guilty of it, of just a knee-jerk reaction to something. People just jumped to the aid of this guy, had no idea why he was even picked up. Now, they would have had the state of Connecticut, I don't know, what's that word, cooperated with federal law enforcement, in these matters, then perhaps they would have known, hey, we're looking for this guy. We just got some questions. We're not gonna beat the crap out of him. We just got some questions like, hey, dude, time for you to go. But they don't want to do that, and then they just want to cry, we weren't notified. Well, yeah, because you don't want to play ball, Chief. Always coming up with situations to play the victim. I'm a Connecticut Democrat. Anyways, so am I the asshole? Yeah, I know I am. I am, definitely. But no, there was something that happened to me recently. Last week, actually, it was Thursday. I just got home from work, showered, shaved, cleaned up. I was filthy. It was gross. It was so hot. And I'm just, I lie. I take that back. It was before the heat wave. It was early last week. I take that back because I had my front door open. That's how this all started. So I'm chilling at home, just relaxing, and my lazy boy, feet up. Yeah, it was great. Now, I have to preface this because I don't know if any of you are like me, but my home is my sanctuary. It is my castle. It is where I go to decompress and get away from the world. That's my home. And I have said that here before that, like, I hate pop-ins. Like people that are just, they just stop in unannounced. We were just in the neighborhood crowd. Those people, I hate that. I did a segment on it already. I hate, no, not me. Text me first. If you're around, that's cool, but text me first because, I might need to clean or put clothes on. Please don't just, okay, that's me. Emergencies are different. I've done that before. I'm happy to oblige, but don't pop in. But I know some people that I do know some people who don't care if you stop by randomly. Like, genuinely, they don't care. They actually like it. Hell, they will legit invite you in, offer you coffee and tea, and then ask you if you are hungry because they will actually make you something. And I know these people, and that's because they're fucking crazy. I'm just kidding. Love you, Pauline and Dave. No, really, if you're in the neighborhood, legit, you stop by, they're more than happy. Come on in, more than merry. I mean, they'll make a night of it. Really, me, total opposite. We've discussed this. I'm like, nope, don't come knocking on my door unless it's an emergency. No, just it's my sanctuary. It's my solitude. Okay. With that said, okay, so as I have already mentioned, I was chilling in my lazy boy, and I hear whistling. I'm already annoyed. But then someone comes walking up my front steps. Oh, super annoyed. Then I saw he was wearing a company shirt. Epically annoyed. You're a salesman. Well, fuck me. Now, I get it. He's a salesman. They have a job to do. I don't fault this guy for being a salesman. I don't hate him for it. I don't have anything against salesmen. I have everything against people who just come up to my front door. I don't care who you are. Don't do that. Especially if you're a salesman. Because we have rules where I live. At least we're supposed to. But nobody follows those anymore. I hate where I live. Anyways, I see him walking up my steps. And I initially, when I heard the footsteps, thought it was my neighbor. I'm like, hey, hey, what's up, dude? And I look over, and like I said, I saw the shirt, and I'm like, and he's being friendly, hey, I just look over, I'm like, not interested. Just, that's it. Now, what would you do? I get it, he's a salesman. He can't take no for an answer, because if a salesman walked away after every first no they heard, well, They wouldn't be a salesman. Okay? However, this individual came to my door. Wrong door, wrong day, wrong mood, wrong guy. So I, like I said, I'm not interested. Of course, he can't say no for an answer. And so he's like, well, I'm going door to door talking to your neighbors about fiber optic. Okay. This is where I'm starting to get real pissed because I have somebody randomly at my front door. I have already told them I am not interested, and they are continuing to speak. And I know for a fact fiber optic is not available in my area. So now you are lying to me. I don't like that. And now I don't like you even more than I disliked you a moment ago. So for the second time, I said, I'm not interested. Okay. This is the moment where he should have just walked away, in my humble opinion. If you were in my shoes, because again, I don't fault him for being a salesman. Here's also the thought in my head, outside of you're annoying me and all that. I don't want to waste this dude's time. Like, for real. Like, legit. He's a salesman. He has to go. I'm sure he's got quotas. He's got to make sales. That's his job, is to make sales. I don't want him at my door listening to his spiel for even 10 minutes when I'm not going to sign up. I'm not mentioning the company. They suck. So I'm not going to get their product, even if I was interested in changing. No. So I don't want to waste this dude's time when for him, legitimately time is money. Go to my neighbor, dude. Just keep on rolling. I am told you twice now. I am not interested. If you told a salesman or somebody who knocked at your door twice, you're not interested, and they continue to talk, how do you react? I wasn't happy because, again, he has also now lied to me. I have looked into fiber optic in my area. It is unavailable because there is a company I know who I would sign up with, and I have looked, and it's not available. So not only did he now not take no twice, he is now continuing to speak. I now am taking this as you are disrespecting the shit out of me. Can you not see me relaxing? I am in my lazy boy, homie. If you were to do this in the hood, you would be having a really bad evening. I'm guessing. Kind of guessing. Because I don't think there'd be too many people up in the hood that would tell you basically to F off twice, nicely, and expect you to keep talking. You would know better. But no, apparently at my door, he's continuing to talk. Bro, I'm about to get ghetto up in this bitch. Because then he continues to speak and asks the question, which in my opinion was, why are you still here? But also, you're asking personal questions because then he started to ask me, I assume that your company that you deal with for this is this. Bro, I have already told you I'm not interested twice. And now you're asking questions, personal ones, about which company I go with regarding this. That is none of your effing business, bro. Who are you? I know you're a salesman, but why? What business of that is that of yours? I'll ask again, why are you still here? So my reaction was to double the volume of my previous I'm not interested by repeating it a third time, but loudly. I am not interested. I won't get loud here on the mic, but you get the point. dude. He continued to talk. The only thing that made this guy realize he picked the wrong door was when I started to move. Because if I had to get up, well, I don't live in the ghetto, but some ghetto-ish was going to be said at least. But I mean, I just turned like, bro, that's when, and I was just like, I am not. And he was like, all right, well, you have a nice night. I was like, yeah. And he was polite walking away, like, it's a beautiful night. And I was polite, like, yeah, it is, because I'm a polite guy. When you're not coming up to my front door, disrespecting not just disrespectfully, just disrespecting me. I told you 3 times I was not interested, and you continued to talk. I'm sorry. Am I the asshole? Now, I didn't drop any swears with this guy. I didn't say, F off or, that last one, I was, dude, I wanted to talk to him like a child. Like, if I have to get up out of this chair, someone's going to bed with a sore butt tonight. Yeah, I heard that a couple of times. And I'm an only child, as far as I know. Maybe, yeah. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. I am an only child, but I have heard that statement before. Yes. My dad was not discussing that to my mom. At least God hope he was not talking to my mom when he mentioned that. No, he was talking about me and the belt. And yeah, anyways, all jokes aside, in that situation, like, at what level would you have tore this guy up from one side to the other? Again, I'm trying to emphasize here. I get it. He's a salesman. I get it. He's got a job to do. I've done sales, but not like that. I've never done door to door, but I get it. You got to get the hook right. I get it. But at the same time, I know that you lied to me. You don't know, but I do. So, ha. But I've already told you twice. Dude. And then when that person starts going up an octave, that's usually my cue of, all right, dude, I'm sorry. I've wasted your time. You have a great night. When somebody gets loud with me, that's my cue to exit stage left or right, however you're watching this. Yeah, I got loud, and he continued to talk. Bro, like I said, I was excited to be home. I was home from work. It was a good day. I had a 3-day weekend coming up. I'm relaxing. Oh, I was relaxing. And then I had some random dude come to my door, and it's like, dude. So again, am I the asshole? How many times would you have had to tell a salesman at the door to basically, like, dude, no, go away, before you wanted to choose violence on a certain level? Not literally. No. Don't go to that. If you start feeling those emotions, just close the door and lock it. You don't even have to slam it. I mean, it feels good, but then things fall off the walls, and then you are the asshole. Your wife will yell at you. Ask me how I know. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Anyways, joking. Okay, one thing fell, didn't break. But you close the door. If you want to choose real violence, just close the door, lock it. It keeps you safe and them safe too. They get the clue. Hopefully they go away. But at what point should this guy have really just gotten a clue? Again, time is money, dude. You're wasting mine at this point. It's costing you money, and I'm not going to get up and start listening to your spiel to waste yours to entertain, because that's not how I entertain myself. You know how I entertain myself? I get high and play video games. That's what I do. So run along. My neighbor's right there. He's about 12 feet away. Go talk to him. Okay? Tell him about the fiber optics we don't have, Chief. Yeah. So anyways, am I the asshole? Leave a comment. If you like the show, please like, follow, subscribe, hit the bell, wherever the hell it is. I don't know where it is. It's YouTube, and wherever it is, you know how to do it. All that good stuff. Again, if you want to follow me on X, I am at Eric Not Sorry. Again, that's Eric with a K, not a C. And I'm also on Facebook at Eric Unfiltered Podcast. So thank you for watching.